Why do we talk about frivolous lawsuits during jury selection? You want to know why? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. During the course of jury selection, it is critical that we talk about frivolous lawsuits. You want to know why? Because there's a pervasive thinking by jurors when they think that there's a dispute, and now the defense comes in and is arguing, hey, there's no case here. We're saying, yes, there is a valid case. Some of these people are thinking, hey, how do we know this isn't a frivolous lawsuit? I've heard a lot on TV, I've heard a lot in the newspaper, I've read a lot about frivolous lawsuits. For example, like the McDonald's coffee case. This woman won $3 million for coffee that was spilled on her lap. And now we have to address that idea. We have to ask the jurors whether they can be open and receptive to the possibility that we have not only a valid case, but assuming we can show that we're more likely right than wrong, that now they can be open to the possibility of giving my client significant compensation for the harms and losses that they have suffered. Now, there are some people who clearly believe that there are frivolous cases, and now they hold us to a higher standard and turn around and say during jury selection, listen, you have to show me with 100% proof that what you are saying is true. That's not the standard that we have to live up to. Instead, we only have to show that we are more likely right than wrong. And by the way, it is really important to talk about frivolous lawsuits, because if you don't, then it becomes the elephant in the room, and people may have preconceived ideas about these types of cases involving accidents, involving medical malpractice matters, involving wrongful death matters. How do we know what these potential jurors are thinking if we don't go ahead and engage them in conversation? Hey, Mrs. Jones, have you heard anything in the news about frivolous lawsuits? Have you heard anything on TV? Have you seen anything? Have you experienced yourself anything about frivolous lawsuits? And now we try and get a dialogue going because I want to find out and probe whether or not there's something in their background, in their history, anything that triggers them to tell me about a frivolous case that they heard of or were involved in, because that could make a huge difference on whether or not they're the right type of juror to sit on our case. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you to give you an insight and an understanding into how these types of cases work as we get into jury selection. You know, I realize you're watching this because you likely have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in the state of New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.